Taurus Risings, January 2020. You're one of the signs really activated for this year, especially this month. There is a time for you to shine in career now, like big time, but that means stopping your impostor syndrome here. Like, there is no room for you to second guess this or not be authentic right now. If you're excited to dive into what this January has to offer for you and your rising sign, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. This video is brought to you by my new Modern Magic memberships. So recently launched on my website are membership tiers where you can access exclusive content like iOS downloads and widgets and backgrounds, monthly rising sign reports, and first access and availability announced to you, as well as discounts on my courses and consultations. So lots of cool things with me, live streams as well, not just content that you get, but interact with me and access to private groups, and so many first offerings that I'm offering to my new membership community. So if you're interested in that, check it out on the website. For as low as $7.77 a month, you can access some pretty cool stuff, so check those out if you're interested. Hi, I'm Maren. I am a professional astrologer, author, and philosophy student. I combine ancient Hellenistic traditional techniques with modern psychological counseling dynamics in order to provide grounded guidance, which we need for the beginning of this year. Starting out on the 4th, there is a Mercury-Pluto conjunction in your Capricorn 9th house. Serious transformative communication around higher education or foreign travel. You might have some serious plans to embark on fulfilling a kind of dream, either in terms of a school or an educational plan that you're looking at. So I would definitely be looking at the beginning of the month to declare something very serious and transformative in regards to your higher education or travel plans, or even your spiritual beliefs, something lofty and outside yourself. On the 9th through the 11th, Mercury is then joining Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius and squaring Uranus and Taurus. So I have a full video on both Saturn in Aquarius for the next few years and the great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius for the next few years, this new beginning. But communication is happening around the big commitment you're putting forward towards a new reality in your career, and how that is at odds with you wanting to change your identity. So this pressure is happening between stepping up into a new career and what that means for liberation and coming forward with your authentic identity. And with Mercury joining this, there's a lot of communication happening around that right now. From the 11th through the 21st, we have Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius squaring Mars and Taurus. So Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, like I said, is that new beginning around your career, around what you are stepping forward to ambitiously and representing in your work life. And that is at odds with now some aggression or some frustration in your identity. Mars in the first house is usually like we're kind of riled up, but since it's in Taurus, and Taurus is fixed earth and Mars is in its exile, I don't see you all like being like violent or really upset. I see you kind of being like, like this means I have to change. Mars and Taurus doesn't always want to change. So there's a dynamic between knowing that you have a new reality to put forth in your career and some like not wanting to make that move in your identity necessarily. Maybe it's a literal move. On the 13th, there's a new moon in Capricorn in your 9th house. And there's a full video on this new moon down below, but it's actually a pretty evil genius, kind of like maniacal new moon that I like personally. It's in your 9th house of foreign travel, higher education, and really lofty beliefs. So this could be like you dedicating to a path that you know is really ambitious and very worthwhile. Could mean as well that you are doing something that takes a bit of dedication to your spiritual path and to your long-term vision. On the 15th, the sun is then conjoining Pluto in your Capricorn 9th house, further illuminating knowledge or egoic investment in the plan that you're moving forward in your 9th house, like higher education, lofty, esoteric matters. On the 19th through the 22nd, Mars is then conjoining Uranus in your Taurus 1st house. Mars conjunct Uranus is the erratic soldier. It is like the machete being flung around, but in Taurus, it's much more like the person on the couch who's flinging around words on a laptop. Like, it's much more grounded and not really as erratic. However, I think there's some kind of earthquake energy happening with your identity. Like, there's some, I'm gonna do this and I'm going to stand firm in who I am, and that is the rebellion is like not moving. That's what I see this as, is there's something rebellious happening with you not moving. On the 23rd through the 31st, we end the month with the Sun conjoining Jupiter and Saturn in your Aquarius 10th house, squaring Mars and Uranus in your Taurus 1st house. So by the end of the month, there's a clear authority or investment of ego, like I said with the Sun there in the other house earlier. There's an investment of ego or some kind of knowledge that you're going after in terms of your career that's pushing you towards either taking action or refusing to take action because it's authentic in your identity. Then on the 28th, we have a full moon in your Leo 4th house. So this Leo full moon, I have a full video down below as well. It's less extra and it's more serious, and for you it's a completion of home and family matters as the first chapter of an ongoing story. So it looks like you might be moving, might be leaving a property, might be like saying goodbye to your family as the first step in this new reality you're taking part in. If you have any thoughts coming up for you and this month, if you know how this might already be manifesting, let me know in a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. The tarot card that we have for Taurus Risings this month, we have the Six of Swords. And as you can see, there's this ferryman getting someone on a ferry who's leading his swords and his passengers across a river. And it's actually called the card of science, the Lord of Science, and it's ruled by Mercury, and it's about getting from point A to point B. So this month it might be helpful to look at the goal that you're trying to hit and literally be like, how do I get from point A to point B? What do I need to change in my identity, and what does that mean for my professional goals? Next, let's pull an astrology card to see what astrology concept is channeled for you all. The lucky card, lot of fortune, that's interesting. Lucky month might be so lucky that it prompts that growth. Like it is lucky and therefore you have to grow up. Like you win the lottery and that means you pay the fucking taxes on it. That kind of energy where being lucky is great and it means upgrading into that standard at the same time. If you enjoyed this and you would like to check out my courses, my consultation availability, or my membership communities, check all of those down below. I would love to have you learn or just, enjoy astrology with me in all the ways. Otherwise, like, subscribe, comment, do all the things to let me know how you all are doing and how this year is starting out for you. Otherwise, sending all the love, and I will see you in the next one.
There is one thing